Hi, this is Tony Puleo, and you're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com. Check it out.
Hi everyone, John Liebman here. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com. We're coming to you today from the GHS booth at the 2018 NAMM show in Anaheim, California. Sunny Anaheim, California. I think it's sunny today.
It's a little sunny.
It's a little sunny. And we're here with our good friend Tony Puleo. What's up, Tony?
Hey, how you doing, everybody? What's going on, John? Thank you.
It's good to see you. Thank you. You've done a lot of stuff. It's almost hard to know where to begin, but why don't we begin at the beginning? You're from the Boston area, and I'd like to know about the early days, how you were first exposed to music and how you became a bass player.
Grew up in Boston, live there now, went to Berklee College of Music, dropped out to go play and go on the road with...
I don't think anybody at Berklee has ever done that, not finished and left to go on the road with somebody?
Yeah, no, I left to go on the road. I was lucky enough.
With?
Oh, God, it was a band called, at that time it was called Haven. We did like the rock thing. It was like the late 80s, early 90s, you know, in that phase. I went on tour doing a bunch of shows with Living Colour and a few other bands.
Really?
Yeah, so it was nice.
I'm just curious, who were some of your bass teachers at Berklee?
God, back then, oh God, we're talking, I don't want to give the year.
Okay, well, a lot of those guys have been there 10, 20, 30, sometimes even 40 years. Rich Appelman?
I studied with Rich. Rich was the guy that I remember the most. But literally, honestly, I made one semester. One semester, and then I was gone. And it was mostly theory classes at the time. And I had a chance to make more money out of school. So that's exactly what I did. So I just went on the road, played, came back, did a lot of theater MD gigs, and did the working crust of the Boston and New England and New York music scene. End up doing a lot more MDing in theater. And you know, now I'm releasing a prog record and a fusion record, and you know, kind of doing a reversal. Most people graduate out with like MDing, and I did that, and now I'm you know, I want to expose myself as more of a player now.
You're working on two different albums at the same time?
Two different albums. I've got two different projects. One's a prog record, one's a fusion record.
You're working on them both at the same time?
At the same time, because I have the same guitar player in two projects.
So when you get up in the morning, how do you know which hat to put on?
It's tough. I drink 2 cups of coffee first, and then I decide what I'm going to put on.
Okay.
You know, but I've also done some clinics for GK as a clinician for those guys, so they've been really good to me.
Good people.
My sponsors have been great to me. Mike Lell, Galen Kruger, GHS, right here. These guys, I love them to death. Tsunami Cables, A Designs Audio, Leo, the bass switch. Those guys are fantastic.
What's Jacques, right? Jacques Rupert.
Jacques Rupert.
Yeah, from Luxembourg, right?
I believe so. Yeah, he's not here this year, unfortunately, but you know. Jock's great, actually.
When are you going to stagger the releases of these albums, or are you going to, you know, put one out and then wait 6 months and put the other one? I mean, what's the plan? No,
it's kind of odd because each band has everyone's in multiple projects. In today's day and age, everyone's playing different things. You know, it'll be working things or creative things, and everyone's in multiple projects. So they're both coming out with probably within 6 weeks of each other, actually. We're on the final mixes of one of the prog record right now. And TSK, my fusion record, just finished everything. We played last night at the JT Guitar Jam. And we're going to be putting out that. I think we just got a couple of cleanup mixes to do. And hopefully late February.
All right, are you going to target these releases to different audiences? Is that how you're going to be able to get away with putting out two things so close together?
Right. So the progressive thing is a band called Flight. We plan on doing the festival circuits and so forth, and that's gearing up a lot for that in the summer. And TSK might do some West Coast dates and up and down the East Coast a little bit, opening up with some other jazz artists and so forth. So 2 different touring, 2 different playing schedules, and hopefully that's going to work out just great. But
well, I would think you got to be careful how you answer the phone and which vibe to put on, because you don't know who's going to be calling you, right?
You never know. So
I can't let go of that, as you could hear. You know, you could.
I always say you have to have multiple irons in the fire.
Yeah.
Multiple irons. You know, if I'm not doing this, I got to do that. If I have to do this, I have to do that. So as a working player, and you know, with a small family, you know, 2 kids, a wife at home. I've got to constantly be working. So, and I just balance it out. You know, I'm in a day planner every day. This is what's going on. You know,
Gotcha.
And I'm fortunate because in this day and age, it's hard for musicians to get work. But I'm thankful. Every day I wake up, I'm thankful that I chose this instrument, and it's been rewarding to me.
What about after these records are out? What's in store? I have a feeling you're thinking about something. Yeah, I'll get to that when. I'll get to that when. What about after these 2 records come out? Is there something else that you either have in the works, or you're thinking about, or you're planning on doing, or what?
More writing, and getting it out there. That's all. I just want to write and play as much as possible. But you realize the longer you've been in this, you want to write more, you want to play more, but it doesn't want to encompass your day. I think it was Victor Wooten that said, what I do the most is not play bass. It's playing bass is what I do the least to keep working in this industry. I mean, I'm literally on the phone and on the computer every day lighting up what is next.
Yeah.
And whether is it a clinic? Is it a gig? Am I MDing here? Do I have a fusion rehearsal and then try to get this gig? Oh, there's a promoter for Prog Fest in Pennsylvania, 4 months from now. I better go address that. That's my day-to-day. And that's what I do every day. And then I'm fortunate enough to play at night.
Well, you certainly are immersed in the music field, the music industry, and making music, writing music, playing music. What would you be if you weren't a bass player, or if you weren't in music?
Oh my God, I'd own a cafe. Like my hero says that too, and my biggest influence, Jonas Hellborg.
Oh, sure.
Oh my God.
He gave me that answer when I interviewed him just a couple hundred yards from here, as a matter of fact.
I've heard him say that before, and that's where my heart is too. I'm an Italian guy who grew up around the restaurant industry. I'm used to like a boutique coffee around me, and it's never been booze or drugs. It's the little black bean. I'm addicted to it. I love it. I love it, and that's probably where I would be. Yeah,
Okay.
I would.
With your Italian heritage, have you ever been over to Italy?
Oh yeah, I love it.
I had some mighty fine coffee over in Italy.
It's beautiful.
It is.
It's got the Southern California environment all the time. I love it. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. The food's great. The people are wonderful, and that's a part of me. That really is. So I roast my own coffee as well. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
You are ambitious. Well, boy, you are an interesting person, and you've got a lot of cool stuff going on. It is great catching up with you. Thank you for taking a few minutes with us.
You're the best, man. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. On location at the GHS booth at the 2018 Winter NAMM Show, Anaheim, California. I'm John Liebman. You're watching for BassPlayersOnly.com.